Hi friends, this is DaintyTank. Thank you for joining me. This is Not for Broadcast, episode 2. So, I know this is not an innate? What was I going for? Inherent? I don't know. I know this isn't specifically, there we go, that's better, LGBTQIA plus game. But it's one we played on the channel. It's one that's very beloved. We did Totoro, the first episode, as well as our lockdown episode. And the fun thing here is that they went through and did a whole filming throughout the pandemic. There's actually like a documentary they put on about it. And this is a really cool crew that did this. So, really excited about what they're doing. They've recommended going through and doing it as a first run, like a fresh everything, because they rebalance the game. However, that was a lot. So I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to continue to hop straight into episode 2. And kind of see where we go from there. I'm excited. I hope you enjoy this, and we're just gonna kick off. I apologize, it's being slow and laggy because of the load on the computer, because there's so much just inherent background information attributed to this game that it's taking a lot of load on my computer here. So I might have to turn on the fan halfway through. Hopefully that doesn't need to be, but if it does, it does. Because I'd rather keep a computer. Then I could keep seeing you guys. And you could see this mug. I don't know if you want to see this mug. If you do, subscribe. Alright, here we go. Oh god. Alright. Day 154, A Rude Awakening. A rhythmic beating of my heart monitor brings you slowly back to to consciousness. Opening your eyes, you're greeted by a semicircle of concerned faces. Your family by your side. A reassuringly familiar sight in these surroundings. You blink a few times to clear the sleep from your eyes, bring everyone to focus. Looking up, Sam's face is a mixture of frustration and concern. Things haven't been great between you two lately, and although they're clearly worried about you, the looks you're getting are still sour. You reach out to Sam and take their hand. You roll your eyes. Even now, Sam can't get over themselves. Reach out. Take their hand. The worried lines on Sam's forehead fade, and they smile as they gratefully take your hand. You feel the tension of the past few months start to ease. You've both got enough to be anxious about without being at each other's throats. With a final smile at them, you turn to the rest of your family. Just as you feel Susie's absence, you notice Charlie fidgeting, clearly trying not to look worried. As soon as you turn to look at him, you can see Charlie tense up, his concern clear on his face. So, you're definitely good, right? He finally asks, quickly looking away. Of course I am, buddy. There's nothing to worry about. I'll be fine, Charlie. Leave the blanket alone. There should probably be stuff to worry about. You don't know why you're in that bed. But buddy sounds better. Looks at you and grins. One of those infectious smiles that spreads around the room. It's always good to have him in your corner. Your smile fades as you notice your mother, staring listlessly out the window. Despite all your best efforts, she's not been doing well lately. Are you okay, Mum? Your mother starts, your call clearly shocking her out of her reverie. She turns to you and smiles, and you're grateful to see the increasingly rare recognition in her eyes. You okay? Words and things. Yes, dear, of course. How are you feeling? You smile warmly and nod, but before you can respond, Dr. bustles in and ushers everyone out. Shoo, shoo, shoo. So, she asks you for what feels like the 100th time. How are you feeling? Surprisingly well, all things considered. It's All Things Considered by NPR. Excellent! There's no sign of any real damage, just a bit of the shock to the old system. Pardon the pun. What? She smiles. Not that we'd recommend you do anything like that again, of course. After a couple of days rest at home, should feel right as rain. Although you got shocked to doom. Turns to leave, but stops at the door. Oh, and the private room and care. The doctor gestures to your room, which you now notice looks rather expensive, has all been paid for by Mr. Bosman. He left those flowers and said not to worry and to take the rest of the week off. He'll see you Monday, apparently. Seems like the least he could do. Yeah, you almost died on the job there. Sheesh. Hey, where are we going? Where are we going? 180. A burden to bear? Bear? Bear. You come home from a particularly late shift to find the kitchen light still on, which isn't normally a good sign. Everyone's usually in bed by now. Softly opening the kitchen door, you find Sam sat at the table. Bills and papers are strewn in front of them, as well as what looks to be their second pack of biscuits. Biscuits in the British sense, which means that they're cookies. They give you a quick kiss as you take a seat next to them. She frowns and looks back at the bill they're holding. Hey, sweetheart, just looking at the numbers again. You look at the door to the pantry, now converted into your mother's bedroom. We've been doing our best, but I think Cassandra really needs a nurse to look after her now. Suddenly the bills are all you can see. I've been working things out, and I think we might just be able to afford it. She smiles at you, but you can see this has been weighing on them. Things are already difficult, and this isn't making it any better, but she's your mother. We have to really, don't we? Yes, we'll make it work somehow. Can we really afford it? And is this what she'd want? I mean, she'd probably want you to take care of her, yeah, but I am a big proponent for actually getting help. And that you can't do it alone, so yes, we'll make it work. The sword of Damocles sheathed, at least for the moment. You grab the papers and stuff them into the drawer. It's such a relief to not have to worry about it anymore. Or so you told Sam. Hours later, you're still awake, staring at the ceiling, thinking, how long will the money last? Manageable debt. Ooh. Current wealth. Worrying debt. Ooh. A letter home. Sam's out with work tonight and Charlie's staying at a friend's. The house is yours. You order a takeaway, have a couple of drinks, and decide to relax in front of the TV. Not a great selection tonight, but surely something to watch. You feel like a laugh. Company is. Sam's not here, but you can still watch a horror without them. You just want to switch off. Action thriller is the one. Sam isn't a fan of historical drama, so you just make the most of being away. Laugh. Let's go for comedy. Comedy. Humor's a bit hit and miss, but the joke about the kiln has you bent double in laughter. Wiping a tear from your eyes by something reflecting in the light of TV under the coffee table. Curious, you reach down and bring it up to the light. And as you pick it up, you remember the note Sam left you. Hey, sweetheart, Charlie lost Susie's present. Would you mind looking for it tonight? As you hold it closer, you're surprised to find the gift's actually an engraved lighter for Chippy. She claims the nickname's affectionate, but Charlie still scowls every time she says it. You're not sure Sam would approve. The accompanying note from Susie explains, Erkiston has a long tradition of glorifying the art of starting fires. Though you'd like it, don't you do anything stupid, Suze. Hopefully it's just a souvenir, not a new pastime he's picked up. Or about to pick up. It's nice that she thought of him. Yeah? Is he gonna get in trouble with that lighter? Is that what I'm learning? I am not going to be trying my hand at challenges. Nope. This game does challenge my visual spatial, much like the guitar in Night in the Woods. Poke the Totoro. Definitely want to see that one. It's fun. And it's not something I'm going to be doing. Nope. Try your hand. Ooh. Oh. Sorry, there was noises. I get distracted easily. Plus, I got drink. Drink is fun. Chink, 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 chink. Sound like a little wind chime. Oh. The silence. Oh. Right?
Now.
Don't worry, Kath, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical destruction and get out.
Ooh.
You realise I'm going to sound.
I mean it, Kath.
Acid-gastric Sportboard.
There you are, Kath. Jenny?
This is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy.
Yeah, we're
or
not
yours.
doing advance. Bold new shampoo.
Oh, good. You can tell him I'll return his wife's casserole dish at our dinner next
Must
week.
have tool. Yeah. Oh. Good to know.
I'm sorry, Kath, you're gonna have to leave.
Letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded me.
10 seconds,
That's all
everybody.
right.
Oh god, here we go.
Things are better, Jeremy.
Yep. Here we go.
Try and write it and do your
This
job.
is a little new.
3.
Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines. But how should we react? We asked the public.
What are your reaction to the sanctions?
Well, it's fucking outrageous. My mom needs insulin. Am I supposed
Oh
to
my
get
God.
her transitioned? What's the government doing about it? Eh?
Thanks, Patrick. Fascinating stuff.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous. We are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognise these sanctions.
Ooh, new.
And we encourage other socially progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them. Advance have struck fear into the heart of the international community
Oh my god.
by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many. And whilst I wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive.
Oh my god.
This country is entirely
This is not fair.
self-sufficient. We are
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'll retry that. We got this. Doop. Doop. Look at that liner. It really does look like the fucking Concorde, right? It's a Concorde.
Don't worry, Kath, it'll be all right.
No, it won't be all right, Kath. Pack up your weapons of optical
There you go.
destruction and get out.
You realise I'm going to sound.
I mean it, Kath.
Stay where you are, Kath. Jenny?
This is not Jenny's decision, Jeremy, or yours.
I'll talk to Betsy.
Oh, good. You can tell him I'll return his wife's casserole dish
Oh.
at dinner next week. Jenny.
Oh my god, Megan.
I'm sorry, Kath, you're gonna have to leave.
Jeez.
Letting it go to your head.
She nearly blinded me.
10 seconds,
I thought we
everybody.
were part of a team these days.
Things are better, Jeremy.
Ooh.
Stop being so high-minded and do your job.
4.
You're all fine too.
3.
Here we go.
Good
Here we
evening.
go.
I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight.
The establishment strikes back. The World Council has agreed today to impose punitive sanctions on the people of this country.
The sanctions, which are broad-ranging, include restrictions on the supply of oil and gas, food, clothing, and even some medicines.
That's
But how should
bad.
we react?
That's
We asked the
bad.
public.
What are your reaction to the sanctions?
Well, it's fucking outrageous. My mom needs insulin. Am I supposed to get her transitioned? What's the government doing about it? Eh?
Thanks, Patrick. Fascinating stuff.
Popular Prime Minister Julia Salisbury has released a reassuringly brave statement in response to the World Council's controversial announcement.
Here we go.
This international declaration is nothing short of outrageous. We are a democratically elected government with massive popular support. We do not recognise these sanctions, and we encourage other socially progressive nations of the world to both resist and ignore them.
Oh my god, come on.
Advance have struck fear into the heart of the international community by showing that it is possible to have radical change for the betterment of the many.
Come on, come on.
And whilst
Come
I
on.
wish we could improve other countries as much as we have our own, we do not rely on the help of others to thrive.
Come on.
This country is
Jeez.
entirely self-sufficient.
This sucks.
We are a team, now more than ever. And this team is on your side.
This sucks. Oh god.
Thank you.
Oh. I made it.
Science stuff. But what do you, the public, think of our government's stance? Robin Short found out.
I was wondering if you could tell me what you think of the government.
What? That shower of iridescent pricks? Punishing success and rewarding laziness? They're taking this country down the bloody Swanee.
Bloody Swanee.
I think so. My wife Iris, she agreed.
A Flard Day's night. Following the release of the FLARDMASTER 5000, production of Flards are at an all-time high, requiring the new manufacturing facility in Grizzleford to move to 24-hour-a-day.
Wow.
With people finding more and more uses for the ever-versatile Flard, the team at Rillington Cyst certainly have their hands full keeping up with demand.
So, is there anything better than a handful of Flards? We asked Patrick to find out.
Let's see. Kind of went neutral.
Can I ask you for your opinion of Flards?
Of what, Pet?
Flards.
What are they?
You know, Flards, like the Flards, you know, everyone knows what Flards are. Flards.
Don't know. Don't care. Is it some sort of code?
A momentary lapse of reason, commuters across the capital found themselves somewhat bemused by the latest stunt by a controversial protest group described.
In a baffling start to the day, commuters found performers outside every major station, all dressed and posed identically. Whether they're supposed to be amused or intimidated is anybody's guess, Jeremy, but most commuters didn't even stop to notice.
Well, as long as it's not some grand contemporary dance, it's probably harmless.
But how do we all feel about Disrupt and their eclectic tactics? Robin found out.
Let's go neutral.
Do you have any feelings about Disrupt?
It's all a bit noisy for me, really. As Mother always said, leave the rebelling to the rebels, Malcolm.
Bubbling up, intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and Dr. Ingrid Sportboard today sent a blueprint of the escape craft in which they hope to finally leave Dante's Tank.
Oh my god.
With expert opinions of the plan running the gamut from optimistically engineered to that looks like something my granddad made in his shed, it sounds like the unfortunate team are going to need all the thoughts and prayers they can get.
So what should we think about the escape plan? Patrick Brandon again.
Let's go positive.
So I'd imagine that you think this is a great plan.
Oh my god! How did you know? It's a brilliant idea! I hope everyone gets behind them so that they know that we're with them. In spirit, of course. I can't actually go diving because I'm scared of salt.
Scared of salt.
I am not a member. Applications finally open today for the new Advanced Team membership cards, a scheme by the government to allow fast access to all the new public services being introduced daily.
The team membership cards are entirely voluntary, but will be recognised as legal identification by all major organisations, including the police, banks, and, mightily, clubs and bars.
And of course, there's no charge, Jeremy.
It all seems too good to be true.
Well, you've always been a saint. But most importantly, what should you, the public, think about the new...
I'm going negative on that one.
Team membership cards?
Absolutely bloody not. It's the thin end of the wedge, isn't it, Iris? First it's, can I see your identification, sir? And then it's, would you mind bending over the table, sir? So Sergeant State Educated and Constable Regional Accent here can stick their truncheon up your berry out.
Crikey!
They should call them what they are. They're bloody ID cards. Oh, for Christ's sake, what is it, Iris?
Oh, I'm really not happy, Algernon! I'm so sorry.
Really? Happy Algernon?
And finally tonight, back of the net, popular sports personality Johnny Hamsleeves and his fiancée Tiffany Lamour was spotted out today doing a little shopping for what many are already calling the greatest wedding ever.
We can only assume that Tiffany's latest show, My Teenage Secretions, has sold better than expected, as by the looks of things, the whole affair's about to become more expensive than Lil C's shoe collection.
I don't know who that is.
But what
Going
should your
positive.
opinion be of this extravagant display of wealth?
Oh my god, fantastic!
Wise words there.
Later tonight, in a bit of a switcheroo, it will be Jeremy in the culture chair, spitting rhymes with popular rapper Jay Zus. And then we'll both be chatting with a familiar team of thespians set to take the nation by storm again.
That's all coming up on tonight's
National
Nightly
Nightly
News.
Okay. Oh god. Oh god. No. No. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. I barely survived the last one. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Why? Why are you doing this? Why? I hate you. Oh god.
Tonight, thankfully, some news as we return to our main story.
Oh god. A.
Tonight we have guests from
Oh.
across the continent to discuss
Oh.
this unprecedented situation. For advance, Peter Clement is at his home in Lancashire. Are you there, Peter?
Yes, I can hear you, Jeremy. Thank you for having me.
A
Jeez.
momentous day, Prime Minister. Are you shaken?
Oh, I don't scare that easy, I'm afraid, old son. And neither do the people of this country.
Well, joining us is Ivan Vodovich, Foreign Minister of Urkistan. Ivan, thank you for being here.
Great pleasure. You, Megan Wolf, are like strongest guard of labour camp who wake up inside body of crazy, expensive prostitute. In my country, you will be worshipped as a god.
Okay. Minister, as one of those arguing most strongly for these sanctions, how do you feel about Advance's defiant stance?
Advance is like man who thinking a big career in movie land. And actually, he in dirty sanitarium, screaming at me and holding tiny penis in hand.
Not from Svenland, then. We have like some of the cleanest mental health care facilities in the continent, yeah.
And welcome to Svenland's Minister of Mojo, Björk. I'm sorry, we don't appear to have your surname.
It's just Björk, yeah. We don't use things like socially divisive surnames.
Minister?
It's just Björk, yeah.
Right, Björk. Your country spoke in favour of Advance at the World Council today, but you were noticeably absent when it came to the actual vote.
Well, what a surprise. The hippies didn't show up for the fight.
Actually, that's quite racist, because if you must know, we were going to go to the whole right vote thing, yeah. But it's actually the festival of Fureland here at the moment, where we honor the old generations. So like we all had to work our grandparents' linear whilst the vote was happening, and that's like a really time-consuming process, actually.
You're like a sissy man. You have this expression, sissy man. It's like man with tiny penis who like to wash more than once a week.
Actually, that's quite homophobic, yeah.
Oh,
Because
stop winding him up, Ivan. We're not back at the Grange now. Sorry, Jeremy. Ivan and I used to play golf back in my media days.
He always wins.
Nothing gives him greater pleasure than grinding people's gears. The more publicly, the better.
You're like man with tiny penis who think he has tiny penis, but actually he discovered that. Oh, could it be? No, it's tiny penis.
Ivan's just worried that when the rest of the world sees how well we're doing, they'll notice all that dosh that he's got squirreled away. Because that's what these sanctions are, Megan. They're the last pathetic gasp of an establishment in collapse. Wolves at the gates, Ivan, old mate.
Good. They can join others on my wall.
actually, in Svenland, we have like serious animal welfare legislation. And like my friend Kate, she got arrested for killing a butterfly that was hovering over her.
Killing a butterfly.
And it was jam sandwich.
Gems.
We seem to be wandering a little from the news here.
It's human interest, Jeremy. The real people behind the headlines and all that. So if you're watching, Jan, give us a call. Yeah. Let's see if we can't organise a reunion.
Christ, I'm not sure about that. I'll have to run it past Mrs. Clement first, yeah?
You're like man trying to empty ashes of the mistresses into homecoming then. soon you have tiny penis and beard full of secrets.
In Finland, we don't really go in for all that restricted monogamy stuff. You know? We're kind of fluid, actually.
Okay, well, it seems that we are running out of time.
Yes, so before we go to the break, briefly, if you would, gentlemen, with the people of this country facing shortages and
Possible shortages and power outages.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Possible shortages and power outages. Can you summarise your thoughts for us, Minister Beard?
Well, from here, yeah, you all look a bit stupid really arguing about outdated devices concepts like money. In Finland, we replaced currency with a system of bodily fluid back in the 1970s, and that's like a really hard distinction, actually.
Thank you, Minister Fortifi.
Your country is like man who think he invented perfect trap for giant mutant hairy bear. And really, he just standing in field
holding his tiny penis, yes. Thank you, Minister. And finally, Prime Minister Clement.
Let me talk to your viewers here, Jeremy. Don't worry, everybody. Don't be afraid. Don't even lose a wink of sleep. We knew the rest of the world would react this way. And we're ready. As my old man used to say, you can't make a shag pie without blocking a few tongues.
Thank you, Minister.
Reassuring words there.
We'll be back
after these messages.
1 minute back.
Hey, Peter,
oh God.
I over your way this weekend. You fancy a quick 9?
Yeah, sure, front or back.
That's what I hope you're asking Megan Wolf for me.
Oh man.
Out of your league, mate.
Jeez.
You have to be more careful.
It's all part of his long-term plan to get fired live on the news at 6 in front of the nation.
Someone warn him it's going a little too well.
Mm-hmm. So Sportboard's working. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I definitely failed. Jeez.
Are you still meant to bow to foreign royalty?
What?
Just like that.
Hang on. Have they given you the Crown Prince report?
What?
Megan?
This is Jeremy, and he'll be interviewing you.
Oh God.
Yo, thanks for having me on the show, man.
It's quite alright.
Yeah, just a quick one. You're not going to ask me about the chin.
Oh my God. What in the world is happening with the bat?
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm Megan Wolf. Later, we have an exclusive first look at a theatrical sensation everyone's going to be talking about. But first, it's time to go over to the culture spot with lovely old Jeremy Donaldson, who's joined by a very special guest. Jeremy?
Thanks, Megan. I have the honour and privilege of being joined by hip-hop royalty. He's been called the son of the streets and the father of truth. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Let's welcome Jesus!
Woo! Jesus!
Thanks, Jeremy. It's a real honour to be here on the show, the news. You know, as a kid on the streets, I used to watch you through a window of the shop, so to be here right now is crazy.
You've had quite the journey to be here today. Can you tell us about it?
Well, you know, I try not to, well, you know, the past is the past, and I don't like to dwell on it.
I understand.
But yeah, man, the streets is all I remember. Like, my mother donated me to a charity shop soon after I was born. Elderly lady took pity on me. You know, she let me sleep on a pile of crime fiction until I taught myself how to walk.
Wow, that's quite the childhood.
And she died tragically. Right there in my arms, man. You know, I remember a tear falling as she lay there next to the youth homework. And in that moment, I became a child of the streets. I was just 18 months old.
What a tale. What a tale. You're known for your direct and honest lyrics. Was your style informed by your troubled past?
Well, like I said, I try not to talk about it. It's just too hard.
Of course.
But my first album is about the story of the first 4 times I stole. so I wouldn't starve. A small group of infants came to see me as their de facto leader. They call me Mr. Cheese Slides. Anyway, we were like a family.
So let's see. Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
What is it that you object to so vehemently?
Well, you know, they stole from us. They're taking our money and spending it, man.
Woo.
Redistributing it. Actually, homelessness has been all got eliminated in the last couple of months.
So?
Surely that's a cause close to your heart?
Yeah. Nah, of course, man. Very much so. I just mean, like, why do I have to pay for it, you know?
You don't. People have been rehoused on property seized from the historically wealthy. And that couldn't have been you, could it?
Yeah. I worked hard to be here. I built this from nothing. And I deserve to be rewarded for that.
Would you say you worked harder than, say, a farmer or a care worker?
I don't know. But if people are taking something from my music, choose to value it, buy it, who's to say I don't? And no one can take that away from me.
Not even to help, say, vulnerable children, Mr. Jesus.
What is it you're trying to say?
I just don't understand where you've placed yourself politically. I mean, is it ideological or is it tactical?
Well, it's more of
Or
like,
maybe it's hereditary.
stop trying to tie me in knots with your words, Jeremy. I let the music speak for itself. And the people agree with me.
Well, that remains to be seen. But you have given me a very easy segue out of a conversation that I promise you was much more painful for me than it was for you. So here he is with his hit song, Mrs. Lovelong's Tears.
Oh no, I'm going to do something a little different. It's a new single I've been working on.
Oh, so this is unapproved, is it?
Yeah. You love it.
Excellent. Don't worry, we've got a state-of-the-art censorship system. What's the worst that could happen? So here he is with a new song. Oh, lucky. It's Jesus!
First,
Oh God.
you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Oh God. Oh God.
We're all different races from many different places. At any given moment, only one could be the greatest. So you can feel the elation for your participation. Still two leaders in this motherfucking nation. Now we're getting sanctioned, talking about expansion. Why does Julius require a massive fucking mansion? So fuck all your schemes. I don't need your freaky team.
I see it blue. I don't care.
To achieve my fucking dreams. So don't make a fuss when you find you're one of us. Get every single one of you's a bit Jesus. And you can call me crazy, cause no one ever pays me. But I won't waste a lifetime being motherfucking lazy. I may be inventive, my taste may be expensive. But why would I get out of bed with no fucking incentive? Although it's contravention of your obvious intention. I like to eat a little of the fruits of my invention. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. The best of the praise, of the press, of the wave. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clement's motherfucking head. Cause he's fit as shit, he's got a job, he's unfit for. It's time to spawn a country with a motherfucking pitchfork. So this is for the snub ones, the push and the shove ones, the folks who feel the burden of their motherfucking loved ones. Ones who had plenty like a motherfucking Bentley. The ones who now finding that their bank accounts are empty. The ones of aspiration who had to flee a nation. The ones who built a business out of dreams of perspiration. There's all sorts of people, the good and the evil. It only takes a glance to see we're not all equal. You make us the same, but we're not all the same. All our dreams, all our schemes, all our means are not the same. And the best of the praise, of the press of the ways. Cause we're only equal people when we're motherfucking slaves. Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red. Gonna slam it into Peter Clement's motherfucking head. Cause he's thick as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to spawn a castle with a motherfucking pitchfork. Get out of your seats, get your asses in the streets. Set a fire in the building, let him feel some fucking heat. Say you hate to go getters, no squilling bet letters, and burn them on the powers of advances fucking letters.
Woo.
Gonna take this fact, gonna stain it red, gonna slam it into Peter Clemmer's motherfucking head. Cause he's fit as shit, he's got a job he's unfit for. Time to steal the castle with the motherfucking pitchfork. Chase that dream, you don't need a fucking team. And advances little dances aren't as harmless as it seems. Cause they're stale and corrupt, then your anger erupt. Your hearts and your minds and your fists to destruct.
Jesus there with his new song. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I'm sorry. I might not agree with you, but I'd just like to offer you an apology. I've just been told that there was some kind of issue upstairs, and an attempt was made to censor some of it.
What? Are you joking?
I'd just like to say to you and everyone at home that this was a mistake.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot believe it.
Here at the National Nightly News, we pride ourselves on remaining neutral, unbiased, and independent of any outside interference. You have my word. We will never censor ideas. Back to you, madam.
Well, a bit of dangerous language there, sorry about that. Well, thank you to little Jeremy Donaldson for providing our culture spot. Coming up, we'll be speaking to a couple of familiar faces about their upcoming dramatic outing. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Wow.
Jenny, this is fucking outrageous.
So much.
No, this is ridiculous. Who do I complain to?
This is just a mix-up, I'm sure. Now, if you come with me, I really do have to ask
Oh,
you
trust
to
me.
leave it.
My father's going to hear about this.
I understand. This is unbelievable, Megan.
I don't know what you're talking about, Jeremy.
Oh my god. That was fascinating. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm horrible on this. Oh, that was so fascinating. I love the lore that they set up on this.
Here we go.
Oh god.
Look at him.
If we could just get you in position.
Here we go.
Say no more.
I love this.
Jeremy, you remember Mr. Algebra?
Vividly.
And Mr. Harris, and this is Ms. Radin.
What?
Philippa, please.
We're back together again, eh? Who'd have thought it?
Oh my god.
What a demon.
Yes, it is awfully exciting, isn't it?
Right, okay then. We're going live in 10 seconds. Opening on camera 1.
Opening on camera 1.
5,
Because you have to.
4, 3.
Welcome back, and no, you're not mistaken. Sitting across from us are some very familiar faces.
Mhm.
You really are too kind, Megan. It was only a yogurt commercial, but I'm still proud of it.
Here to talk about his new show, we're joined by National Treasure Tommy Harris, the National Theatre's Philippa Radin, and National Deficit Jeff Algebra.
It's so lovely to have you all. Tommy, would you like to tell us about the show?
You know what? I'd bloody love to. It's about me. It's about my life.
And where did the idea come from?
So, like, picture this. Their legs akimbo, mid-session, sweat is pouring out of me like an immense hog. And then Cindy comes in, she says, Pete's on the phone.
That's Peter Clement, the Prime Minister.
Yeah, Pete's actually a really good mate of mine.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, no, he comes to the training sometimes. He's a very good goal sweeper. Anyway, so, Pete, he says, Toby, he thinks my name's Toby, see. He says, how would you like to spread your message of team spirit and cooperation across this fractured nation? How would you like to really make a difference in your desperate time?
What did he say?
So
Yeah,
Jeff,
right.
The question on everyone's lips is, what in God's name are you doing here?
Well, after the success of my debut work and all the people that I've touched, I knew that I had a career in theatre. I've always been an admirer of Tommy from afar. So when my manager phoned and said I'd been offered the gig as director, I was ecstatic. I whipped my trousers off and got straight to work.
Why did you do that?
I do all my best work with my trousers off.
Yeah, I can take that too.
No, I wouldn't say so. Right, Tommy, sorry, would you just give us a sense of what the show is actually about?
It's about how hard it's been for me and some of the struggles that I've faced. It's like really getting to the heart of how tough it is to be me. I call it Tommy Harris. Jesus, that was hard.
Catchy. We actually have some tips of the process of the show. Would you mind telling us what's going on here?
Yeah, so the show is built around two things that are very important to me. It mixes scenes from my life as well as epic fantasy retellings of scenes from my life.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
I'm sorry, son. You're an embarrassment.
But Dad, you promised you'd come to my graduation.
Back, demon! Back to the hells!
Philippa, what's it been like co-starring with Tommy Harris?
I've always dreamed of treading the boards of medium-scale regional theatres, Megan. And for once, this show really gives me something to sink my teeth into.
What's different about this show, then?
Tommy, Mr. Harris's show really lets me show my tremendous range as an actor. I've always suffered from typecasting, forced to play the same tired characters in every god-awful yogurt advert or godforsaken soap opera or, God forbid, a pantomime. But, you know, this show has really let me just go there.
Jeff, the viewers at home will be dying to know exactly what is it that you bring to the show.
Good question. I think these guys would agree with me when I say that it's my steady hand on the tiller, my arm round the shoulder approach that's really brought the production from strength to strength.
Absolutely right. Jeff's contributions are immeasurable. He was our rock. Can you give us a sneak peek of anything else that might be in the show?
Yeah, it was nice,
Yeah, we've got lots of exclusive first-hand experiences of Tommy's time in the underground sportsboard scene.
And some epic fantasy retellings of Tommy's time in the underground sportsboard scene.
You'll never take the sacred pass!
Oh my god.
Am I right in saying this was officially commissioned by the government?
Yeah, all paid for by the taxpayer.
Oh my
which,
god.
To be honest, is actually a lifesaver, really.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that without Advance's support, we'd have had to cut the finale.
Which frankly would have been a travesty.
God, Jesus Christ!
Oh my god.
You do this every night.
Absolutely. It's a metaphor.
For what?
Okay.
And the public are footing the bill, are they?
Too bloody right they are. Between the cost of my tour bus and the dry cleaning of my cars, I'm barely scraping a profit here.
Amazing. And where can the folks at home come and see this for themselves?
We're performing all over the nation.
And people can see it for absolutely free, all courtesy of Advance. Isn't that incredible, Jeremy?
Yes, it's unbelievable.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. Next time we see you, no doubt you'll have taken our jobs.
That's all we have time for tonight. Join us tomorrow when I'll be interviewing the world's most attractive horse.
Yes.
I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. And from all of us here, have a peaceful night.
That's the ads. Let's get reset for tomorrow, please.
Hey, we must stop bumping into each other like this, eh?
Oh god.
Oh.
Oh god. Oh, okay. Okay. Tier text. Ooh. Whoa. No offensive words were censored. An exceedingly poor edit, stop timing, commercial breaks, advanced, angered by content. Okay. I don't mind a gangering advance on this one. Your full wages, current wealth, not quite breaking even. Shares PC. Ooh. I can influence shares? Is this GameStop? Oh my god. Totally, this is predicting GameStop. Good job, guys! The Big Short. Advance down. Disrupt up. And Channel 1 Heartbreak. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there for today. This is fascinating. I love this. And it looks like they did such a good revamp. I was so thrown by the interference because it's completely different than they had before. Like, it was a lot easier before because you were scrolling up and down with your mouse and you could focus on that. Instead, you're focusing on 2 different dials and you can't keyboard shortcut those. At least to my knowledge. I'm gonna keep playing this. I might get back to Highway Blossoms DLC after, but I figured this was timely and fun. So, check back again. I hope you had fun. I hope you subscribe. Come back soon. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye!